Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to your early July reading and predictions. Yeah, this is about my third time actually trying to record your video. I keep stumbling over my words. I think something's bubbling up for us Aquarians. Yes, I am an Aquarian as well. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for continuing to return to my channel and support my channel. And for those of you who are new here, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. This month, I am coming to you from beautiful Athabasca, Alberta. My intention was to record the videos outside so that you could see the beautiful nature around here. However, we do have thunderstorms threatening in the area. Not surprising, considering in only a few short days, we will be moving into the energy of the full thunderstorm moon on July the 3rd. Some people call it the full buck moon, but it's also known as the full thunderstorm moon. Okay, Aquarius. Let's dive on in. This reading is intended for anybody born under the sign of Aquarius, as well as anybody who happens to have a lot of Aquarius in their charts. For those of you who are new here, I pull all of the cards and I leave them all sitting on my table, sitting face down until I'm actually ready to read them. This allows for more of the intuition and intuitive stuff to flow out rather than my conscious mind seeing a card jumping ahead and trying to put its own spin on things. Okay. All right. Let's start off with pulling a few cards for where you are at now. Where you are at now, what is influencing you now? I am recording this at the very end of June 2023 with the intention of covering the time period from July 1st through to about the July the 15th or so. All right, so we have two cards that have come out for you, Aquarius. The next cards that we're going to pull for you are cards of focus. Maybe I should try and focus, right? Okay. What is Aquarius focusing on for the first part of July 2023? July 1st through the 15th, Aquarius focus. Let's go through the deck one more time. Oh, and that card really flew. And is there anything else that Aquarius is focusing upon? Yep, there we go. Anything else? Okay. All right. Wow, Aquarius, you seem to be focusing on a fair bit at this time. You reach over here to the first card that went flying out. Okay. My camera just went out of focus and came back. Oh well, I do not edit my videos, so what you see is what you get. I bring authenticity to all of my readings and to my videos. The next cards that we're going to pull for you, Aquarius, are going to be cards of your difficult influences at this time. What is a difficult influence for Aquarius right now? Already got cards jumping out, falling out. Oh my goodness. Really? Wow. Aquarius, I really hope that you don't have this much going on in your difficult influences, because realistically, it might be a little bit much on your plate right now. Okay, I think that there's probably about 10 or 12 cards that have come out for your difficult influences. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to make sure they're all upright. Then we are going to mix up this smaller pile, because when something like this happens, it's because there's a specific card that's meant to come out and it wasn't coming out using the entire deck. So, okay, there's one. And this one also is just bending right down. It does not, and it fell out as well. Okay, so it's an important message. Okay. The next card that we're going to pull for you, Aquarius, is messages you need to hear at this time. What message does Aquarius need to hear? What message does Aquarius need to hear? Okay. We actually have 3 cards. So what's happened is, as I've gone to try and put the deck back, we have 3 cards here that decided they did not want to join their friends. Those will be your cards, Aquarius. All right, we're going to look into what is unexpected for you. Unexpected, both insights and influences. Unexpected. What is unexpected for Aquarius? Well, this is going to be unexpected when all of those cards fall out. Like that. Oh my, yep. As predicted. So Aquarius, this particular deck for your unexpected is my Animal Tarot. It's the very first tarot deck I ever worked with in my entire life. It is no longer available, at least not as far as I can tell. If any of you manage to find a new copy of this deck, please let me know where I might be able to pick one up, because my cards are very well worn at this time. So the deck doesn't get used as much as it used to, but it still hits it out of the park. This deck still hits it out of the park as far as its accuracy. So lucky you. I was called towards them for your unexpected. General overall outcome. It's going to be one of these 2 decks. Yeah, I'm getting called over here. All right. General overall outcome for Aquarius for mid-July. Where are the Aquarians predicted or projected to be at? What energies are going to be influencing them? Look at this again, Aquarius. We got some stuff going on right now. Yeah, definitely some stuff going on for you. Not sure what's going to happen here with this deck, as I'm trying to finish mixing it up. We've got cards flying out all over the place. This was the last little bit. All right, how many cards did we end up with here? That one we're definitely going to keep because it flipped out by itself. And we have another 12 cards here. So let's mix up these cards. Let's do it the same way that we did before. There's one. Is there anything else? We'll mix them up another couple of times. Anything else that Aquarius needs to know for their general overall outcome? And there we go. Okay. Like I said, I am not going to edit my videos, but this one is going to be a wild ride. Okay. Aquarius, where you're at now. We've got the 7 of Autumn. Okay, Aquarius, I am going to suggest that you may want to have a quick peek in on Libra and either Capricorn or Sagittarius, because they had the 7 of Autumn come up in where they were at right now as well. So clearly there are a lot of people right now, not just your zodiac sign, but many people across many of the zodiac signs experiencing this need to step back a little bit, take time to rest, and begin to gel their plans in their mind. You'll notice on this card, you have this little fairy sitting on top of a pumpkin, eating an apple, and just quietly contemplating life. And it's not so much that this fairy is sitting there intentionally in the lotus position, and meditating or anything else, but he's very clearly in quiet contemplation and planning. And so this is something that you are being called to at this time, Aquarius, here, end of June and moving into early July. You also have the Queen of Winter, also known as the Queen of Swords. This queen wants you to let go. There is something you're holding on to. And I sense that with all of these cards coming out and flipping out and so many cards coming out at once, there is a bunch of stuff that you're holding on to that is just creating confusion in your life at this time, Aquarius. You are creating this. That's really what's coming up for me, is that there's going to be an aspect, I suspect, in your cards as we continue your reading, but I'm picking up intuitively right now, Aquarius, that at this time, you're taking on a bunch of stuff that really doesn't matter. So rather than being the minimalist that you are working towards being, you're acquiring stuff and you're putting priorities on things that really don't matter right now. That's what this queen is indicating, that you're overcomplicating things right now, Aquarius, and it's stressing you out. So take the advice of both this Queen of Swords and this Seven of Pentacles. Take a step back, let go. You'll see that this Queen of Swords is sitting on a sleigh. She's ready to just sail away on her flying sail. And yeah, like she's leaving the past where it belongs, in the past. And not just the past. This Queen of Swords is leaving that mental confusion, that necessity to always have that busy mind. She's leaving that behind. And Aquarius, if I can give you any advice, leave the mental confusion, the mental chatter behind. It's not serving your highest good. And be a little bit more like the fairy on this Seven of Autumn. Find your quiet place and sit down and just contemplate things in your own time and in your own space. What are you focusing on? Okay. King of Pentacles, abundance. And I mentioned that there was other signs that had that Seven of Pentacles or that Seven of Autumn that came up here. You know what? A couple of other signs have also had this card, the King of Abundance, coming in, King of Pentacles coming in. Now, they may have had it in different locations in their reading, but Aquarius, this is coming up for you in your focus. You are focusing on abundance. You are focusing on bringing in friends, family, friendships, money, abundance in general. Okay. What else are you focusing on? And how are you going to achieve this abundant king? Well, you have the no thingness card. Now, this card corresponds to the number 5 in the major arcana of the traditional tarot, and that's the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is all about you exploring the major institutions that have influenced your life. Okay, right from the time that we are born, we as humans, we do not give human babies or children enough credit. And instead, we as adults seem to think that we know better. And so as soon as a baby is born, we begin the process of, how do I put this without coming across as being really forceful, but it is forceful. Aquarius, from the time that a baby is born, we as adults put our beliefs on that child. We tell them what to think. We tell them what to eat. We tell them what to believe. We tell them what not to believe. We tell them what not to think. We tell them how to act. Rather than believing in the innate goodness and the innate knowledge of a human child. We are constantly, do this, don't do that. This is good, that's bad. And it's not just the parents or grandparents. It is the family unit initially, and then it's the societal unit, and it is religion, and it is the educational institutions. All of these are institutions that influence how we live our lives as adults. But guess what? What served our ancestors in 1800s, when a lot of these institutions were developed, and a lot of the ways that we live our life today were developed, and they were traditions, and so we've kept up with those traditions today. You know what? They don't work anymore in 2023. So it's now up to us as individual sovereign beings to take time in quiet contemplation and look at the influences of the family, our educational system, our religious institutions, of society. And we need to determine what serves our highest good, what no longer serves our highest good. And we need to get on our sleighs and ride away from that which no longer serves our highest good. I'm going to give you an example because I feel like this concept may not be 100% clear for you, Aquarius. An example would be the belief in certain circles that having 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 children is necessary and needed. And why do you have 6 or 7 children? Oh, because my ancestors did. Oh, because that's the way we do it in our religion. Oh, I have this many children because I just felt called to have this many children. What rings true for that individual? Did they do it because of an outside influence? Or did they do it because it really rang true for them and that they felt it was their calling to have that many children? What rings true for that woman and that man that decided to bring that many children into the world? And don't get me wrong here. I am not being critical of people that have large families by any means. I am using it as an example for you, Aquarius, to really grind down, dig deep, and determine what is true for you versus what was true for your grandmother. And are you bringing forward traditions that no longer ring true for you in this modern age? This is one of the things that you are focusing on right now. And the only way to dig in and get to the bottom of what serves your highest good, Aquarius, is to go into this place of no-thingness. Go into the place of darkness. Figure it out. What's right for you? And in so doing, you are going to awaken this very abundant king. You have celebration. So once you actually start living from your heart center, once you start living from that place that is true and honest to you, you can move into that place of celebration. Now, I also want to point out that this 3 of Cups or 3 of Water card represents the 3 phases of a woman's life: the maiden, the goddess, and the crone. And so this card represents that you are focusing on abundance, and that's what you want to bring into your life. But in order to be able to bring full abundance into your life, you're going to have to go into this no-thingness place and determine what sits right for you and what no longer sits right for you. That will move you into a place of celebration, but it will also move you into the next phase of your life. Okay. What does all of this mean for you, Aquarius? Transformation. Beautiful, beautiful transformation. Now, this card corresponds to the Death card, the number 13 card from the traditional tarot. And this card is about fully and completely transforming yourself and your life. This may mean that some stuff is going to be mixed up for you for a little bit. Things are going to be a little bit turned upside down. And I did predict this at the beginning of your reading with all of these crazy cards coming out and going nuts. I predicted that there was a change or a shift or something was happening in you that was really going to stir things up. And this is your proof right there. Okay. This transformation card, when you do the Hierophant work, you don't have a choice but to change. They go hand in hand with each other. And I think that that's going to be a beautiful transformation for you, Aquarius. What are you struggling up against? What are your difficult influences? Okay, the view from above. This card makes sense because when we're stuck in the Hierophant, in this card, Aquarius, we have the inability to be able to see beyond the traditions of our upbringing, the societal influences and familial influences of our upbringing. All of a sudden, when we start digging deep into the Hierophant or the energy of the Hierophant, like I said, that's going to create transformation and change. It's going to create a little death for you. Not death in the formal sense that your body is going to die. This is that an aspect of your personality and your belief system is going by the wayside. Bye-bye. And something new, it's going to create space for something new to come through. That's going to be beautiful. But when you are caught up in the energy of the Hierophant, it's hard to see things from above. It's hard to see the bigger picture. The other thing that comes in is discovering truth. Okay. Aquarius, when you dig into the Hierophant, this is coming up in your difficult influences. Is it difficult to discover the truth most of the time? Yes. But when you start working with the energy of the Hierophant, it's even more difficult to see what is true for you versus what was fed to you as a child, young adult, youth, etc. What messages do you need to hear right now, Aquarius? Kindness counts. That works, right? When we're going through this work, it can be hard. And we need to be kind to ourselves and kind to those around us. Know your truth. There you go. You are getting so many reinforcements right now, Aquarius, about digging deep into the truth. The 7 of Autumn. Go into that quiet, still, small place and begin to contemplate things. No thingness and the Hierophant. It's about digging deep into the truth. Oh, difficult influences, discovering the truth. And now you have another card, know your truth. Now, these cards, messages that you need to hear. I used to call this pile of cards or this area of the reading cards that just make sense. This just makes sense because this card, this no thingness card, this Hierophant card is all about knowing your truth. And the final card that you have in messages that you need to hear at this time, stay open-minded. Okay. Stay open-minded. When you're doing this work where you're going to shake things up and you're going to question society and educational institutions and religious institutions, that's big, deep work. When you're doing this, keep an open mind because there's going to be some stuff that's going to come up that's going to rock your world. Let's have a look at what is unexpected for you. Okay. Interestingly, you have the 3 of Ancients, also known as the 3 of Fire, 3 of Wands, and I believe it was Libra had this as well. And Libra had that 7 of Autumn. And Libra had this King of Abundance. Yeah, a lot of similarities between your reading and Aquarius and Libra reading right now. Okay, you've got the 7 of Cups coming in here. The 7 of Cups is about having to make a decision, Aquarius. Which way are you going to go? And this isn't about This isn't about some kind of wavering decision, Aquarius. This is about a tough decision that you're going to have to make. And I do want to say, Aquarius, what's coming up for me is that when you start doing this Hierophant stuff, it's going to mix up your world with regards to family belief systems, and you're going to have a decision that you're going to have to make with regards to family and certain family relationships. So watch for that coming up, Aquarius, that not everyone in your family is going to be in agreement with your truth. They won't be. And that you're going to have to make some decisions. And this is also going to be about putting up some boundaries. Again, you've got the Justice card coming in, represented by the elephant. Know what's right and what's wrong, especially when you're doing the Hierophant's work or the no thingness work, right? We have this philosophy not to kill each other. Makes sense, right? And it doesn't matter where you go in the world. Killing a fellow human being is wrong, and you just don't do it. Okay. But cutting your apples a certain way, only eating organic, or only eating vegetarian or vegan, or, not believing in riding motorcycles or tattoos or piercings. All of these things are the types of things that the Hierophant is going to have you looking at, Aquarius. And there is a sense of justice that is going to come out of that. What's right and what is wrong, right? And again, we're not talking about something that is completely immoral by any means. What we are talking about is it just that certain people are allowed to do certain things and certain other people are not allowed to do it? Is that just? So this is one of the themes that's going to come up for you as you continue to do this work. You have the Judgment card coming in. The Judgment card is represented by the whale. It's new depths of creativity. But the Judgment card is also the card that is represented by the number 20 in the traditional tarot. And this is a card of completion. This is a card of you are completing a cycle. You are completing a belief system at this time, Aquarius. And I mean, of course you are. You have the transformation card and you have the celebration card. You have two cards here of completing a cycle and closing something off. And now you have the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is all about looking to our past and the path that we've traveled, learning those lessons, and then closing that chapter and being able to move forward and learn new lessons. And you have, like I said, the Three of Wands, Three of Fire. This is a card of taking action on all of this. Ace of Wands is about the new beginnings. Two of Wands is about a decision that you need to make. And the Three of Wands comes immediately after you've made your decision and it's time to start to take action and move forward. So these cards are indicating that you have already made a decision, whether you made that decision consciously or not at this time. The universe is bringing these decisions to you right now. And it's time to take action on those. Let's have a look at your final general overall outcome here. You have the moon in reverse. And let's see if we can get this into focus because it is a shiny card. So, okay, you have the moon in reverse. The moon in reverse is about you having taken too much weight onto your shoulders. You're worrying about pressures from the outside world that are irrelevant to your life. That kind of makes sense because sometimes the Hierophant and all of those institutions that I talked about cause us to put a whole bunch of pressure on our lives to be right, to be perfect, to be this model citizen. And it doesn't sit well with us, particularly with Aquarius, right? And so you've allowed that to disconnect you from your true self. And so the moon in reverse coming up in your final general overall outcome is you realizing that as you have allowed all of this to influence you, you have become disconnected from something deep within yourself, and you are going to be reconnecting with that. And you're going to be reconnecting with that with the Page of Swords. This is so we have the Page and we have the Knight, and everything is progressive. So this is a card of, there are changes definitely coming on the horizon for you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, Aquarius. But the changes that are coming in a way that's going to actually improve things for you. It may be difficult to swallow some of the fact that you've lived your life a certain way because of a belief system that was given to you as a child, then that no longer resonates with you. And that may be uncomfortable for a period. That's what this page is saying, is that it may be uncomfortable for a period. But as you move through that and release it, you can move into this card, the celebration, and you can move into this transformation. You also have the Knight of Pentacles coming in here. The Knight of Pentacles is about coming into potentially a more lucrative job, making changes that are going to improve your financial situation, which is exactly what your focus was for the first half of July, right? Your focus is on this King and creating more abundance in your life, but you have all this other work that you need to do. And then the Knight rides in on his stallion and brings you the fruits of your labors, shall we say. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, Aquarius. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. If you liked this video and it did resonate with you, please consider giving a like and subscribe. The buttons are down below. And if this resonated with you on a deep level and you would like to dig even deeper and have a personal reading, all of my contact information is down below. Thank you so much, and hope to see you again in the middle of July.